wanted to do a video today about a lot of shit, I guess. So this be a lot of shit. There you go, rambling man type shit. All right. So the other day, I actually got help from Elise and managed to cook something on my own for the first time in my life. And I don't mean I mean I've gotten big ass pieces of frozen chicken and tossed that shit into the oven with aluminum foil on it and butter and whoop-de-fucking-do, you know, whatever and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously I can like make cereal and, you know, put shit in the oven, whatever, but this was like stir fry with a lot of burps. This was stir fry with what the fuck I have? Peppers and mushrooms and carrots and what else was on that? Peppers, mushrooms, carrots, onions, chicken, obviously, and pepper, salt, and garlic and stuff like that. And I mean, that may sound like push shit to you guys, but I have never fucking made something like that in my life, practically unassisted. I mean, like, and apparently the knives I use are absolutely shitty. Like, I almost had to fucking, you know, do some samurai shit, fucking samurai showdown shit on the goddamn onion, fucking behead the damn onion to get that thing to cut. Like, apparently my knives are really horrible, I didn't know. And I didn't have a cutting board, I don't have a knife sharpener, I don't have all these other, like, things needed for this stuff, so, you know, it was pretty haphazard. But 95% did it on my own and shit like that, you know, and prior to that, in 6th grade, I was on a boat and stuff like that for a 2-day class in 6th grade. Like, it was an actual class, you know, and it's like there, I made some cornbread and some other shit like that, but we were like 95% assisted by an adult, you know, so it's not like we really did anything. It was fucking, you know, like, here's the cornbread, cut it into squares, you know, or something like that. And I know a lot of you may be shitting bricks like, God damn, he made stir fry and he's excited about that? What a fucking pussy, you know, but it's like, you have to understand, everybody has relative levels of accomplishments in their life, you know. It's like, you know, for me, it's like, just the other day I was like writing on a project I'm doing and shit like that, and I just fucking took like an hour and I crafted like this entire like universe and species info for like this alien race and all this other shit. Wrote out like an entire biography for the fucking like species origin, genetic shit, everything else like that. The way the planet works, the geology of it, the like life cycle of the species, their culture, all this other stuff. It took me like an hour to write out like, I don't know, like fucking 10 pages of like info or something like that. Probably more like 10, you know, 12 pages. And for a lot of people that, you know, they sit on like sentence 1 and just like throw the fucking thing out the window. And for me, that's like second nature to write that kind of shit. But I can't cook to save my life. So for me, this is a really big accomplishment because I know a lot of you, you know my financial situation. And so if I can learn how to cook and so forth, then obviously I can save a lot of money on food because, you know, it's like I can make something that I can reheat and use for multiple meals and so forth. And so what would have cost me like $15 or $20 across 2 days of food will now only cost me, you know, like $5 or $6 relatively. You know, it'll cost me like $25 a bottle of ingredients, but I can stretch it out over 2 or 3 days. So, you know, it'll cost about that much. So again, for me, you know, it's just a really big deal that I actually managed to do that. So I'm just kind of like, you know, excited about myself. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, celebrate the victories you got in life. You know, it's like it may not be a big deal to other people. It may be something that they don't even think is a big deal or that's easy to them. But you gotta celebrate that shit because it's like, you know, it gives you accomplishment. You know, it's like, don't punish yourself. You gotta find like a balance. You gotta not punish yourself if you accomplish something. Like, oh, you know, I did this and I could have done it a lot better. Fucking God, I suck. You know, like, don't do that. But don't be like, fuck, I'm like the next Bobby Flay. I just made this shit. No need for me to learn anything else. Fuck you guys. Yeah, you know, it's like, you gotta find a balance between when you do something, realize that you can always do it better, but pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself, because if you don't do that once in a while, you'll start to feel like nothing you really do matters and like you're not actually getting any better. And you got to be able to see the good things that you're doing, you know, and not just the bad. But you can't look only at the good either and ignore the bad. You know, you got to be able to be realistic about it. And if you do that, I figure you'll grow in that skill and so forth. I mean, me, I got a long way to go in cooking, because when I was cooking this, I did manage to accidentally knock half the chicken out of the pan by trying to cut it with the spatula, and that didn't go so well. And, you know, I ended up, like, getting tiny burns on my hands, so. But, like I said, you know, successes with the failures. It was overall still a success the way it was made, you know, so I'll take it. And, you know, they brought back French Toast Crunch, the little French toast things, and man, it's really a neat seeing little tiny French toast thingies, little tiny French toast thingies in there. It's pretty cool shit. So yeah, you know, just it's the new year, try out new shit, you know, celebrate and stuff like that. You only live once. I know it's an overdid saying, but it really is true. You know, you only live once, so it's like, you know, if you want to try out something new, you know, fucking try it. It's like, try your best at it, and if you suck at it, or you don't want to do it anymore, or it's not as fun as you thought, well, then there you go. You're a human being. You have your choice to not, you know, don't try and do your New Year's resolution if it's going to, like, kill you or something like that. Don't be like, you know, I'm going to fucking, I don't know, like, become the world's best fucking marathon runner, and I have to start out running 6 miles a day, and then you just kill yourself, you know. It's like, what the hell's the point in that? So, like, you gotta fucking realize that you have limits and work up to them. Like, I'm gonna start taking martial arts, hopefully here in the next month or so, and I know a lot of you are like, well, what about money? I'm like, well, I found a Groupon thing that's like 10 classes for like $20, so, you know, I'm gonna do that, and I figured, you know, $2 a class is pretty fair for me to get, you know, some social activity, considering I, like, leave my house about once a fucking week. And then also, obviously, the physical activity, and then also the knowledge I get from it, too. You know, that's all good for your health, so. And then, you know, but I need to get back in a better shape before I can do that. I need to get back in a better shape before I can do that. So that's why I'm going to try and exercise more starting next week, get my schedule more stable. You know, I had a lot of shit planned for this week that I want to get done. That August got a huge monkey wrench thrown into it when, you know, like 80% of my income just went out the window. So, I've spent the rest of this week kind of like, you know, scrambling. And a lot of good things have happened this week. A lot of good things and a lot of good shit has happened this week. Like, you know, projects I'm working on and stuff like that. A lot of good things have happened. So I'm getting more and more believing that things will be all right within the next 3 or 4 months. That I'll have something to fix the funding problem. I'm pretty sure I will. But again, we'll see. You know, you never, don't ever go and put the cart before the horse. You know, don't go and like fucking like buy yourself like a new yacht or something like that because you think you're in the money. You know, don't be an Al Bundy. You don't want to be an Al Bundy. And for those of you who are watching this and have no fucking clue who Al Bundy is, definitely watch Married with Children, man, because that's been on TV now a lot late at night on the only decent channel I get on Time Warner Cable now, when everything else is turned into either fucking local network or Spanish television or talk shows. There's only like one station I get that plays like, you know, actual good shit, and it's that. And so Married with Children, yeah, it's a show I didn't really watch that much when I was younger. Now that I watch it, it's some really good shit, man. They don't give a fuck in that show, man. They're just brutal, fucking brutal in that show, man. So it's kind of like real life Simpsons, but with the brutality of, like, you know, I don't know, like some fucking Adult Swim show or something like that. They're really, really upfront about just being total assholes to each other, man. It's just amazing. Anyways, though, this thing's gone on for I don't even know how long. I don't even know how fucking long this thing's went on. So, I'm gonna end it here. And, yeah, so the TLDR of this is if you accomplish stuff, be happy that you did it, but realize you can always improve. I just learned how to cook stir fry. And, I think my financial situation might be stable, or not stable, but better within 4 to 5 months. And Married with Children is an actual good show that you should all check out sometime. In fact, there's an episode where Al Bundy sells his soul to the devil to be able to play in a football game, and then his whole family burns in hell. That's an actual episode. They got by it back in the day, in the 80s. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that? Fucking amazing. I don't know how the hell they got that past the censors. Anyways.